Yeah.
Hate Lab has got football fans in its sights. Doesn't sound remotely Orwellian.
It's the use of emojis and what they call non-direct language has managed to help racists stay away from the moderators.
Right.
And I can understand how using emojis does make things more confusing. I personally genuinely enjoy aubergine, which just means my use of emojis very confusing.
Yeah.
But what they've done there, by using this coded language, it's harder for the moderators to spot it. Well, you just think, have another search that searches for... They list images of monkeys, bananas and vomit. Well, then maybe just search for those. But then I suppose
that might just be warning that monkeys actually find bananas. They can be
an allergy.
An allergy. Yeah. They can be emetic.
What if you want to tell your friend that a monkey ate so many bananas that it threw up?
Yeah.
Then you're going to jail for hate crime.
I mean, I suppose there is a traditional use of the monkey as a racist slur in the context of football. But is this really the best use of an internet search, looking for... I mean, in terms of hate crimes, I don't know. Maybe it is.
But I'd say the reason we have this story is because this Hate Lab came up with a search pattern to identify it. Well, I think you've just solved the problem.
Yeah.
Now you know how to do the thing that stops people getting past the moderators. Have a word with the moderators. If it's just search, I mean, I believe at some point AI will solve this.
Yes,
because
by replacing all those people who are racist with machines.
Who do it far more efficiently.
Robot racists.
They will. Well, they just won't breed at all. They won't be needed. They'll be given injections. But I don't know. There's always been a certain amount of banter allowable in football. I'm not saying that I approve exactly, but I don't like this chilling effect.
Let's just edge away from Simon here.
There exists an organisation called Hate Lab. Once you've established that, there's only one way it's going to go, isn't there? It's going to just be looking for it.
And it's this focus on ideas rather than material things. Yeah. So we do have hate that causes material harm. We've got suicide bombers blowing themselves up in pop concerts, trying to blow up maternity hospitals, things like that. Why aren't they looking at that communication and that ideology and how those people are radicalising themselves?
Even within this story, the number one footballer, the most hate that was directed at a single footballer in that campaign was Harry Kane by miles when he missed that penalty.
Right.
I don't know which emojis they sent him. Possibly,
pint of milk?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and they're saying, it's terrible because those tweets are still up 4 months on. Well, maybe they are, but I doubt Harry Kane is revisiting them on a nightly basis.
We have just mixed up two issues. People are trying to track down suicide bombers, and that's a legal issue. I agree with not making these things legal issues, but if you have a bot that finds them...
You know that all the funding for this is being drawn away from anything that's doing actual, measurable... good in the world.
It is always these, Hope Not Hate is another one, which no doubt started with the best of intentions, but very soon you get this mission creep. It's always the same. Before you know it, they're starting to poke their nose where it's not needed or wanted, and just creating more division.
Once you've killed the dragon, you still got this big sword, and you're going around looking for things to kill with the sword.